Welcome along. We are here on Saturday, and that is because it is opening round from this week's GP event. There's Black Friday offers currently in the store, so make sure you go and take a look at that and see if they're worthwhile for yourself. But for ourselves, we're going to dive straight in with some opening round action, and it's all the white suits pretty much ahead of us. And we're going to try and see if we can score some decent points, get through to the opening round, to the final round, and see if we can get a good position for Sunday. The top group is very small in EU. It's only made up of about 8 players, so we are in second group today. However, it is pretty much a full group, 100 entries. So we're going to try our best to see if we can do well in this group. The benchmark's being set currently around that 360s, so people certainly struggling. Let me know in the comments down below how many points you're looking at and how your recent GPs have been doing. But we're off to Suzuka, Singapore, Belgium and Baku in this video. So our Suzuka setup is as followed: race start and cornering. So we're going with Fernando Alonso, we're going with Norris, and we've also got in here the full cornering setup. That is what we're going to be running as we get set for race number 1 here in Japan. So our first matchup is kind of within the team score range. They're only about 34 team score below. Looks like we are at a bot, so hopefully we can get rid of this bot quite quickly, get rid of the AI, and start off with a very solid 47. That will be the aim, to see how many 47s we can do on this opening round. Alonso 13, Norris 16th. We're going to go soft and mediums. We're going to go one of the best boosts around this circuit, Nazar. We just don't have a lot of them, and it's go time. What can Alonso, what can Norris do? We're about to find out as we go racing here in Japan, and good starts are required. Alonso, not a great start on the medium tyres. Norris is currently 7th. So Norris got the better start, having started 16th early on as we go through now, and we're going to try and gain some positions. The 4 medium is notoriously a lot more difficult than the 3 soft. So ideally, we want to push early on and then try and recoup the power unit ready for the soft stint. You can see Alonso is currently up to 8th. We've got a P1 of Alex Albon on the softs, well out front. So he's absolutely ditched everybody else currently, as Alonso is into 7th. We are into 3rd, and Alonso makes it even better then. So we're up to P3, we're up to P6. So it's not the bad start. Alex Albon is flying. Obviously, decent race start kind of for Alex Albon. So he has absolutely lit it up. The question is, with his bad tyre management, will he get 3 softs? I think he will. Norris into the hairpin, takes P2. And Norris takes, Norris P2, Alonso takes P4. So we're actually going pretty well. Remember to try and conserve your power unit to try and gain some of that energy back so you can attack later in the race. You will come under pressure, as you can see with ourselves now. Alex Albon continues. Sainz looking all over the back of us. And even if he gets by, look at our power unit. It's creeping up all the time. We're going to push Lando Norris now, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to push too much on those mediums, but he's got good tyre management, so we're going to close the gap. And you can see now, up the inside we go. It's Norris back into P3. So P2, P3. Alonso and Norris leading us. Albon, we want to go hard. If he goes to softs, he will pit again. That's the bonus at the moment, if he was to pit. So we come through. Pit stops underway. Sainz pits. And that should see Norris take the lead. It does. And he's got okay tyres, actually, but I'm going to keep it for the softs. And we're back out in P number 8. See if we can get past George Russell anytime soon. We're a lot of... Wow, Albon's gone to mediums. That's going to be tricky to catch, because he's not going to be too slow on them mediums. I don't think he'll manage 4, though, and he'll run out just at the end. So if we can keep close, that would be ideal. We can see him just outside of the screen now. He is just up the road. We are catching him. There he is, in the middle of that trio. You can see Norris coming into the pits. We have got then Albon continuing. We are going to take ahead P2. And we're going to be, or should be, coming out in P3. We are. Now, Norris has got a full power unit, 60% full. And he's going to try and push now and close the gap. Alonso should be good for 4 medium. I don't think Albon is going to be. Albon needs about 50% as he crosses the finish line this lap. And Albon he's holding on, but he's only about 50% now. So he is going to be short on the tyres. We are not with Fernando. We're catching Albon all the time. Soft tyres will come to us as well with Norris. Just got to play patience. And Albon is looking pretty rough on the tyres, to be fair. Let's continue. Close the gap where we can. And we are closing very nicely. As under the bridge we go, coming up to the hairpin. Good opportunity for overtaking, but we are too far back. So there we are, 1, 2 and 3, all in striking distance of Alex Albon. We're going to let Norris go, because Norris is our best chance of a P1 position here. But Albon's tyres are looking pretty rough. And I think he's going to continue. He does. So it's going to be a last lap attack then to get past. Norris is through. We are into P1. We're out of power unit. But surely Alex Albon does not survive on these tyres. Into the hairpin. It's going to be a lunge from Alonso. It's not going to be the case, or is it on the switcheroo? It's not. And now we cut back down as Albon is about to surely run out of tyres down this stretch. Now we're going to push because Albon is out of tyres. Can we slide up the inside? It's a last corners attack. And Lando Norris takes P1. We do manage the tyres perfectly. It's a 1-2 finish. And I tell you what, Alex Albon absolutely gave a run for our money there. Because he was all over us. And that screen doesn't want to come up. But that wasn't too bad. It is a 47 points to start off with. Alex Albon, Hamilton, 3rd and 4th. So we will take that. We'll show you the setup, what we are running as well. And what the rival was running. As we go to the debrief screen. So that was the team score difference. We had Albon with a respectable lap time doing a 3 soft 4 medium as well. We had level 7 Alonso, level 7 Norris against our rivals 5 and 6. And the car was full cornering versus the rivals. Fairly balanced in a way, but it's a solid start with 47. We're off then to race number 2 at Singapore. This is the matchup we have got, 1487. So the matchup is in our favour. The matchmaking timer basically clicked round to the bot, so we'll see if it is a bot. But this is notoriously a very easy track, Singapore. Even with a safety car, it is very fast. You don't get caught out unless you're at the back. So hopefully, with a P7, P8 start, we are going to be absolutely fine. Race start, cornering, calls for Cuppa. We're going to go the 2-2-2 on the softs. Now, I could run a free medium, but I'm just going to take and not take it too easy. I'm going to still try as if we're facing real players, for example. Alonso doesn't get the best start, though. He's only P10 off the line. Quite a slow getaway. Maybe a Lando Norris-esque from this season. And he has lost places, but on that second stage, he is now flying through. And this is why this track can be fairly easy, because I bet a couple of corners time, we will be in P2. There's P3, and by the next corner, we're in P2. So there you go. That is how easy this circuit can be. It's race start heavy. We're not using the biggest race start drivers. We are taking some qualifying drivers. Obviously, Alonso 10% boost helps. Norris has got decent race start, decent tyres, and good qualifying. So that's why we're taking Lando Norris. And this could be a procession of the Max Verstappen era, where he just runs away with it from the front, because the pace is looking pretty strong under the lights in Singapore. But we're going to keep pushing. You never know when a safety car will strike in this game. And luckily, because at this circuit it is so quick, it shouldn't really affect us right now. Remember to hit that like on the video. And make sure you hit the sub as well. As Lando Norris comes in for his first pit stop of the day, Fernando Alonso through the darkness is going to come in as well. So Norris already on his way out. With Alonso coming in, no double stack, should see us come out in P2. And it will. Alex Albon going for the 3 laps, must be on the hards. And he is. So Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty easy from here. Let me know how you get on at Singapore. It is a track where even my low account, my 1,100, 1,200 team score, can score 45 points here. So it is not a strong track at all for the AI. Maybe that will change in future updates. Surely it will. But Norris is going to come round. We'll see if a safety car triggers. That is our only risk coming into this lap, but it is not. So Norris is going to get a clean lap and a clean pit stop to take the last 2 laps. Even with a safety car now, we're going to be leading with a full PU on the final lap of a sprint. So we are going to be absolutely fine. And it's a bit of a procession. Look how far we have pulled clear. Cuppa boost, full cornering, and we are a good probably 20 seconds ahead. 23 seconds over Charles Leclerc. Now, he will have to make a pit stop, which will reduce that gap. But as you can see, that is some serious time that we've managed to pull away. And that's why low team score, you can do well at Singapore. It's just the AI is simply too weak. But Norris is in. Alonso is in. So they're going to go on their way. 2 victory laps to come. As Alonso comes out. Full power unit as well. What we'll do is we will run a full fast lap with Alonso. Let's see how truly quick he is over the AI with a full fast lap. Now the weird thing is, it's only 6 laps, but we're not even lapping anybody. We're too far away, but the AI just seems so slow. It's a strange one. Very, very much a strange one. Still 23, 24 seconds is the gap. We've got Lando Norris with around 50% power unit going into the final lap. And he will now, we'll push him for fun. And Alonso, we're going to send to see how quick are we versus the AI in Singapore. So it's a fast lap attempt for fun here on the streets of Singapore. Let's see what Fernando Alonso can do. 10.5, Lando Norris first sector. See if Alonso beats it. 10.5. So interestingly, they're setting similar times. 10.562. Don't expect a middle sector that's fast from Norris because he's out of power unit. As Alonso comes through. And now we have the final few corners, the last straight to come. Norris is going to take a nice and easy victory in the end after a great start. Fernando Alonso is going to come home with no battery left. He's going to do a full lap of pushing. And he comes across the line to take the P2 and the 47 points while we wait an eternity for the AI to finish. But surely every single one of you are going to be scoring some big, big points at this circuit. It is very, very easy. Unless you get some safety car unfortune, yeah, some bad luck, you should be going 40 points plus in champs, whatever team score you pretty much are, I would say. But that is job done on race number 2. And let's find out how that stacks up. Let's just have a look at that fastest lap time. How much quicker will we over the AI? That's what I'm interested to see. I reckon about 2.5 seconds at this circuit. 1595148C. 6 seconds a lap. Wow. We are 6 seconds a lap quicker at Singapore than Max Verstappen. That is incredible. That is how slow the AI are at that circuit. Alonso 4 and Norris 4 for the rival. Very uneven matchup. And a car that was very, very balanced. Now, because that rival had a balanced setup, their team score was a lot higher. If this guy went full cornering, his team score would drop. So wrong setup is producing that kind of matchup, which helps in our favour. Race number 3 sees us head to the home of Eau Rouge. We're off to Spa, where weather can be very unpredictable, but not today, because gone are the days of mixed weather conditions in F1 Clash GP events. But we're going to try and score big points. We've gotten 94 points out of 94 so far. This could be a bot or a real player. Looks like they may have a little bit of Q in their setup, but 14th and 16th that we start. We're going to go the softs. We're going to go for firework, race start, and that's 20 speed is what we are wanting to go ahead. It's going to be a free that we're going to run. And after a recent update, this circuit apparently runs a lot smoother. Well, let's find out, especially off the race start. We are away, we are bumping cars. It's not as bad. We haven't lost massive amounts of positions. We haven't gained massive amount of positions. And now we are grouping up a little bit. It's Norris P10 and Alonso P13. So we've got a lot of overtaking to do if we want to keep our 47-point run up in this race. But I tell you what, Lando Norris taking it into his own hands because he is absolutely flying. We're up to 7th with Lando. Make that P6. If he can get P5, that is a great first lap. And here comes Alonso past 2 cars, and now it gets a little bit better. The problem we've got is there's a Fernando Alonso out quickly in this race, running soft tyres. This could be very, very troublesome to gain back. But we're going to try our absolute hardest to close the gap. It's going to be a safety car. A safety car here in Spa. Now, the question on everybody's lips. I could go mediums and not pit. The AI are not going to pit. We're going to go round. I think I'm going to pit for softs. Do another stop in this race. I could go mediums, but I don't feel like I need to. I think I can get away with the gaps that I've got of sticking on the softs, being fast. Everyone's going to group up. They're still going to pit anyway. And we are going to run and absolutely fly in clean air. I could go mediums. I could. I'm going to go it. I'm going to go mediums. I've bottled it. I've bottled it. Sure, I can get 4 laps on mediums anyway. 3, 4, 5, 6. And one of these laps is at really heavily reduced pace. This should be fine. We are out in P6. Alonso should only lose around 1 spot. And he doesn't even lose a spot. That's great. Now, what we can do is we can push it any time we want. We're going to have full power unit for this safety car restart. You can see the softs are in there. We should be able to do a 2-4. We can do 3 laps on the softs anyway. And you can see there, doesn't say we can do 4, but we'll monitor it. 25% a lap we need. So as long as we get to the start line and we're on 75%, then it's going to be a breeze. But let's pick it up shortly as we get set to rerun on lap number 4. So we're about to get underway then. P6 and P10. We're going to push instantly. We have got a lot of tyres. We could even probably have ran 3 softs. We're not going to get anybody pitting this lap because obviously they're under safety car and now restarting. So for us, we expect to move forward. It's P5 for Norris. Alonso is P9. Look at these tyres. I tell you what, the hards could go to the end. Wouldn't be far off. We've got plenty of tyres. We only need 50% as we get to the line. So I think this is a time that we use the power unit. We've got a breakdown as well. And it is. Max Verstappen with the breakdown. Albon is squeaking ahead out front. We can't currently get Norris through. Come on, Norris. He can't make a move. Shouldn't bother us too much. We should still be able to take P1 and P2. And here comes Russell. But he's in. And yes, now we take P1 and P2. It's going to be a case, though, can we hold the Williams of Albon? Because Albon, he does come out on mediums, though. We've got a bunch of hard tyres behind. So I'm now going to conserve everything. Gain as much power unit as I can. And then push if I need to. That is what I'm going to go for. I don't need to stream off at the moment. Tyres are good. We're going to use some power unit as defence for Albon. But he's quite reduced, quite far back at the moment anyway. So this is looking pretty good. That keeps coming up, which is very annoying. And you can see it's 81%. Albon in the middle. We have got absolutely fine tyres. There he is. And I think when we get the top of Eau Rouge and we carry on forward, we should be able to then just hammer time it. You can see we've got nearly 100% on Norris. Now we're going to hammer time. Top of the straight. It is time to shine, boys. Let's go and secure the 47 points from this race. That may make 3 out of 3. Would have been interesting to see how we would have got on without the safety car. But for now, we're going to just take it and run. We didn't get the best of starts. So to take 47 points from this race, it's a big dub in my eyes. Norris is going to run out of tyres, but he's pulled absolutely clear. He might just hold on, actually. But it's a 1-2 across the line. Get in, 47 points, 3 out of 3 on the 47s. Norris, Alonso, and now we've got the rivals, Norris and Alonso. Remember, we were out-qualified coming home in P10 and P14. I expect this rival to have a Q setup potentially. So 47, bit of luck on the safety car. Can't complain too much. 1573 for the rival. And there you go. Level 6, level 6. And I told you, 279 speed, 119 qualifying. Bought him level just ahead of us, but we were so fast in that race. 47, job done. The final race of this video sees us go to Azerbaijan and Baku, the overtaking and the speed circuit. Substitution for our driver lineup. Fernando Alonso remains our driver 1. Lando Norris is out. He is no longer our driver 2. Welcome into the team, Max Verstappen. We've gone for overtaking, of course. Now, we're going to use a race start boost, so we're going to be fine to do that. So we are going to go on to a bit of firework, and I can never find it. Overtaking and race start speed. And now, we're going to try and see if we can finish the drop. Now, I was tempted to put him on to softs so he can cut through the pack, but it's only literally 2 grid spots different. And I tell you what, that is not a good start. Only P20 with a decent start on the attributes as well. That actually is terrible. We are only P19. Now, we are on the medium tyres. We should be able to fly through with our race speed. And you can see we're already making a couple of positions there. That is not what we wanted. We wanted to see Alonso ahead. We wanted to see Verstappen not too far behind him. Maybe even like P10, P9 at this point. Not happened. But by the end of the first lap, it does see him get up to P13. We are gaining. We're going to have a lot of speed on this car. You can see us gaining all the time on the Aston Martin of Stroll. Everybody gains on Stroll, don't worry. And we're through. So we're going to have to push a little bit more than I probably wanted at this stage. Because I want to try and get past some of these cars. And at the minute, easier said than done though. P11. Oh, this is going to... We're not a million miles away though. Rival, annoyingly, has got some power unit left. And that is going to cost us because they are going to trouble like that when we're trying to push. So we're not... Oh my God, now Alonso comes past. Please tell me Alonso's on softs. He is. And that makes a bit more sense. So we've reduced Alonso down at the front of the field because at the end of the day, he is on and leading the way. We don't want him to push too hard and get away. We're going to hold the pack up, as you can see, because Sainz is bang there. We're up to P11. We're going to keep pushing because I feel like we can get Fernando. Oh, we can't. We're still P11. I tell you what, Alonso's not far off 4 softs, you know. I might actually do 4 softs with Fernando. He can do 4 softs. Well, no, he can't, actually, can he? We're going to stay on conserve, though. Stuff it. We sent him. We didn't need 25%. I think that was too low. Verstappen comes round P6. We've got a Ferrari who's come out of the pits. Needing hard tyres. It is hard tyres for Carlos Sainz. So, I mean, this is not the end of the world. I think this race is coming alive. Slowly. There is Charles Leclerc. We cannot... Oh, that would have been a big move if we could have got past him. I tell you what, we might just sneak out on the old softs for the 4. Sainz is not far away either, though. This is going to be tough to catch. Very tough. We're going to be on the softs, though. Soft versus hard. There's a big pace difference in the cars. There goes the Red Bull and the Ferrari. There's a lot of mediums going on as well out there. We are going to be one of the few cars on the softs. We're going to be pretty much the quickest car out there. And the soft tyres. Now we need to gain positions. We need to get Alonso through. There's a lot of cars here in the way. There's one. Now we need to get past Alonso. Oh, Albon, sorry. We've got Alonso conserving. Everything he's got. Now we need to get past P7. That is done. Can we get P6 as well? Everyone gets Perez. Thank you. Come on. Oh my God, P2 and P3 are quick. They're on hard. Oscar Piastri is going to pit. The race is on, though, into P5. We've got 20% power unit, roughly. We should be able to get Hamilton here. Should be able to get Lewis. We do. And now it's down 3 and 2. There they are ahead of us on the hard tyres. This is going to be so tough to catch. Have we got it in us? We are catching so quick. There are the hard tyres. We're about 4 seconds behind Max. This is going to be tough. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be an exciting final lap as we're right behind then Carlos Sainz. Can we get a move into turn 1? Late on the brakes. P3. And now there is the Red Bull. There is the Red Bull of Verstappen. It's Verstappen versus Verstappen. We are out of power unit. I know where we're going to attack. We're going to attack on these final couple of corners before the straight. We've got 6%, 7%. Now we push. It's going to be a late dive. It's now or never. And it's now. It's 47. We've managed to overcome a bad start. Max Verstappen has come through the pack like he did in Brazil. And he has took, although it wasn't P1 this time, he took quite a brilliant P2. We couldn't have asked for anything more than Max. And he showed why he is a world champion. He's come through. 4 soft, 3 soft by Alonso. That was a big call. But for this race, it is a recovery drive of a lifetime. Max Verstappen up to P2. And that is what we needed. 47 points in the bag. And let's show you how that makes us look so far. 1.561, 2.6 seconds. Look at that. Alonso is quicker. We've got 7s and then 6s across the board for the rival. And 2.74 with that qualifying. So that speed of our car is really making a difference. But as you can see, as we go into Champions, 4 races complete, hit that like button. It is 188. Perfect scoring. And 4 to go. Can we get a 3.76? We'll find out. But let me know how you've done. Let me know how you've got on in your round so far. What drivers are you rocking? Are you going with Alonso? Let me know. But so far is so good. Hopefully we'll get through to the final round and maybe sneak a podium or 2. Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow.